In today's lesson, we will be going over different processes to help us eliminate incorrect answers in two-digit multiplication problems. These processes could be odd or even, size of the number, and actually working the problem to figure out the solution to the answer.
Knowing if our problem is odd or even. An even times an even number gives us an even result. For an example, 4 times 6 is equal to 24. 4 is even, 6 is even, and 24 is even. An odd number times an odd number gives us an odd number. For example, 3 times 9 equals 27. 3 is odd, 9 is odd, and our answer 27 is odd. Also, even times an odd gives us an even. Some examples. 6 times 3 equals 18. 6 is even, 3 is odd, and our answer is 18, which is even. Another example is 7 times 4 equals 28. 7 is odd, 4 is even, and our answer is 28, which is even. Another determining factor is size. Smaller numbers will give smaller answers than larger numbers. For example, 10 times 10 equals 100. Those are not very large numbers. But then, if we go to 100 times 100, which is getting larger, our answer is 10,000. And if we go to 1,000 times 1,000, our answer is 1,000,000. The last elimination process that we're working with today is actually working out the problem. You can do this one of two ways. You can multiply the last numbers and try to eliminate that way. For example, for 32 times 16, if we were trying to find the answer, we could just go ahead and multiply 2 times 6. That gives us 12, which to do our carrying process, the 2 would go here and would move the 1 up here. But all we need is the last number, which is 2 in this case. So if we are doing a multiple choice problem, we could eliminate all of the answers that do not have 2 as their last number. Or you could solve the problem using a chip abacus or base 10 blocks, which we've gone over before. For example, for 6 times 12, you could do 12 6 times using the base 10 blocks. We have 6 10 blocks, and then we have 6 of the 2 blocks in each set. And then we could count our blocks up that way to figure out our answer. Now it's time to go over some problems and use our elimination processes.
The first problem we're going to work today is going to be 12 times 17. An odd times an even number is going to give us an even answer. And 12 in this problem is even, and 17 is odd. So we know that the answer is going to be even. So looking at our answer choices, we can see that A, 207, is an odd number, so we can eliminate that. Our next process that we're going to use to eliminate answers is size. If we were to round these two up to 20 times 20, we know that 20 times 20 is 400, and since both of these answers are larger than 400, and our answer from 12 times 17 is going to be less than 400, we can eliminate C and D as well. And this leaves us with 204 as our final answer, and we can use the third process, working the problem, to double check that, and we know that 2 times 7 is 14, and our last number is 4, so we can probably assume that this is correct. Now moving on to number 2. In this one we have 18, which is an even number, and 32, which is an even number. And an even times an even is going to give us an even answer. So looking at the choices, we can see that we have an even number, an odd number, and an odd number. So we can immediately eliminate A and B from our answer choices. The next thing that we're going to do is use working the problem to eliminate one of the possible solutions. And we know in this case that 8 times 2 is going to give us 16, with 6 being the last answer. This one has an 8, so we can eliminate C, leaving D as our answer. The last problem we're going to work today is 13 times 47. and we know that both of these numbers are odd, which is going to give us an odd answer. And using that elimination process, we can see that we have an odd, an even, an odd, and an odd. So we can eliminate B, because our answer will be odd. We now look to see if size can be used to eliminate any other choices. And looking at these, they're all pretty close to the same size, so we can't use size to eliminate this. Now we look at working the problem to see if we can eliminate some of the other answer choices. 3 times 7 is going to give us 21. So any number ending with 1 is a possible answer. And we see here that only 1 is going to give us that answer. So we can eliminate C and D.